Markers are an excellent way to quickly and easily navigate to different sections of a session on the fly, and they can do much more than that. Let's take a look at how markers are used. Up to 999 individual memory locations or markers can be used in each session. To start, we need to make sure that we can see the marker track. Click here and make sure Markers is checked. Now we can see the markers ruler. Before we start adding markers, there's one option in the preferences that I want to show you. Open the Setup menu and select Preferences. Select the Display tab if it isn't selected already. Under Color Coding, look for Always Display Marker Colors. I like checking this because it makes the markers a little easier to see when they're all different colors. Make sure it's checked and hit OK. Inserting a marker is as easy as placing the cursor at the spot in the timeline that you want to put the marker and hitting Enter on your computer's numeric keypad. Let's put one right at the beginning of the session. Make sure the cursor is right at bar 1, beat 1, and hit Enter. Remember to hit Enter, not Return. Hitting Enter will bring up the new memory location window. These are all the properties or attributes we can apply to our new marker. The first thing we can do is choose a marker number and a name. Let's leave it set to 1 and name it verse. Next, we can choose the memory location's time properties. Select Marker if you just want to create a memory location to mark a specific point in your session, like a verse or chorus. Selection can be used for selecting a specific section of time, so that when recalling the memory location, the same section will be selected again. Selecting None will create a memory location that has no time or position attributes, but is used for recalling these general properties down here, like zoom settings, track heights, and so on. Using the Reference dropdown, we can choose to have our marker correspond to bars and beats, meaning tick-based timing, or absolute, meaning sample-based time, which we'll talk about in a couple of chapters. Let's select Marker and leave the reference set to bar and beat. Below this, we can set the general properties. If you'd like a marker to contain track height information or zoom information, you can just check these options. We can even leave comments. We'll take a look at how this works in a few minutes. For now, just hit OK. There's our new marker. Let's create another marker at bar 5. Place the cursor at bar 5 and hit Enter again. Leave the marker number at 2 and change the name to Chorus. Now hit OK. There's our markers and they're colored to boot. We can change the settings of these markers at any time. Go to the Window menu. Select Memory Locations. There's the markers we created. We can see each marker's number, name, where it's located in the timeline, and what properties it holds. If you can't see the marker locations, just click here and make sure Show Main Counter is checked. We can also show a sub-counter and the comments field from this menu. If we click on these markers in this window, the cursor will automatically jump to them in the timeline. We can at any time double-click on the marker in the memory location window or on the marker itself in the marker ruler to change its properties. Let's add some general properties to these markers. Double-click on the verse marker and check the zoom settings and track heights buttons. Whenever I select the verse marker, I want the zoom and track heights to go back to the way they are now. Let's add a comment here to remind us of the settings. All tracks at medium height and zoomed out. Hit OK. Now let's change things up a bit. Change the drums 1 track height to jumbo and zoom in on a section of it near the chorus marker. Now double-click on the chorus marker. Select zoom settings and track heights again. Let's enter in some comments. Drums 1 track at jumbo and zoomed in on chorus. Hit OK. Open the Memory Locations window again and select the verse marker. The zoom and track heights changed. Now select Chorus. This is a really powerful feature. We can also recall memory locations by clicking on them in the marker track or by using key commands. To recall these memory locations from the numeric keypad, press the period key on the numeric keypad, followed by the memory location number, then press the period key again. So for marker 1, press period, 1, period, and for marker 2, press period, 2, period. To delete a marker location, you can either select it in the Memory Locations window and select Clear Marker from the menu here, or you can click on the marker in the Edit window and drag it downwards. You'll see a little trash can indicating that the marker is being deleted or trashed. Using memory locations is a great way to organize and jump around your session.